Quilana...
Do I put it on?
Yeah. Quilana, I want to say, is the... Oh, God. Their naming system is so annoying. Here's the really annoying part, too, is that they aren't the only ones who do that. Gwyn does that, too, and it drives me nuts. Because Gwyn's kids are... He's Gwyn. His daughter is Guinevere. His son is Gwendolyn. And it's like every time you meet somebody whose name is Gwyn... or starts with Gwyn... This is a
good look for Grandma.
You know it's a child of Gwyn. And it's just like, stop it, please. Your naming conventions are so terrible and annoying.
Like, yeah, it's like... I hate it when people do that kind of stuff in real life, too, and your kids' names rhyme and stuff. Me and my siblings vaguely rhyme, and it's like, it took me a long time to notice that. It's just like, they all end in N.
Yeah.
But it's not like obvious rhymes.
It's more like if your name was David and your first son is Davidson.
Well, that's a bad example because that's a literal thing that people did, and that's why we get names like Davidson.
That's why I don't like that. That is a literal example of something I don't like. Okay,
so when we have kids, their names are going to be like...
Ugh. I don't want to be Joshson. That doesn't work.
Their names are going to be like Kosh and Bosch and stuff.
No, thank you.
And Jagan. That one almost sounds like a name.
It sounds like the name that somebody would give to a child if they hated them.
A lot of names that people have been giving to kids these days sound like they hate their kids.
Yeah, like Brick and Dorito.
If anyone's named their kid Dorito, that kid's not going to be popular.
Okay, you might actually want to go back to your normal stuff because you're going to have to fight the ogres and it's going to hurt because you're...
Yeah.
It feels like you're super strong, but really the reason that you feel so strong is mostly because of your armor. Like when you take that armor off, if you get hit...
What do I look like?
Like crap. If you take that armor off, if you get hit, you're gonna feel it. Like, this is... Dark Souls, I don't know about 2, but in Dark Souls 1... the armor made a huge difference.
I'm gonna wear the dress.
Like, if you want to, you're losing defense.
I'm gonna do it. It just looks funny.
But in Dark Souls 1, you're losing a lot of defense when you switch out your armor and stuff, if you have really good armor. I don't know about Dark Souls 2, but Dark Souls 3, people sometimes refer to as, like, Fashion Souls, because the armor in Dark Souls 3 makes such a tiny amount of difference. It makes, like... It's big enough differences right at the start, but later on in the game, it kind of is more like people just cared about aesthetic more than anything. Like, it's not absolutely doesn't matter whatsoever, but it's damn close.
Like, I like that armor does something, but I also hate that it kind of boxes you in. I wish they had just, like, social slots.
Yeah, but that's asking for too much of Dark Souls.
I don't think it is. I mean, for PvP, it would mean that they can't tell what your build is.
Yeah, and
which could be unbalanced.
There are items that will do that sometimes, that'll, like, hide the stuff that you have. Okay, so now you're going to want to go over to all of your different stuff. And then, yeah. So yep. Gold hemmed, gold hemmed, gold hemmed. It should all be in generally the same place, too.
What just...
it's a bug. Like, literally, it's an insect. It's one of the flying ones. There you go.
Alright.
So go and see her again and talk to her while wearing what is basically her sister's clothes. And see what she tells you.
Hi, sis. We're sisters. It was decided a while ago. I just hadn't met you.
It's been some time.
I thought you had perished.
You found these clothes on a dead person. Talk to her.
Please. Do not speak of her. I abandoned my mother and sisters.
Yeah.
And fled to this land.
So the Witch of Izalith is the Mama Witch. That's the first one.
And pretending to seek answers.
She's
what is she actually
feigning
doing?
ablution. She's just trying to run from Izalith. She wants desperately nothing to do with her homeland or with her mother and her family. And then she continues to tell you the same stuff.
Yeah, so was that actually unique dialogue?
That's unique dialogue you can only get when you're wearing this and you talk to her. She thinks you're her sister.
But then wouldn't I already know about that?
No, you wouldn't know that she was feigning ablution or that she's running away from stuff.
Well, I would have known that I was, like she was gone.
Well, sure, I guess. That she's not there anymore because she's here.
I really do kind of wish that we had gone with a more magic-based build so that I could basically be a witch.
I'm sorry. It's just, it's...
I could be a samurai witch.
I don't know how to play magic in this game. I gotta be honest with you. I've never done a magic build. I don't like magic.
The dress looks weird when you run. It sticks to your legs.
In PvP, I've heard magic is super good. But in actual, like, storyline stuff, I've never known any magic users to not constantly need co-op in boss fights. Like, when I do co-op stuff, going into, like, boss fights or sitting down and setting up, like, my summon seal, the people, or my summon sign, sorry, the people who always summon me in are magicians who can't get through bosses. Because they've got three hits that they can toss out a boss and then they run.
When I couldn't get through a boss and we had to summon a guy, it was a magician.
It was a pyromancer, but he had a weapon. He used pyromancy at the start and then switched over to the weapon. Magicians, or sorcerers rather, are supposed to do that, but a lot of them don't get it or aren't statted out in such a way that it really does anything. They're really good in early levels against enemies, but in later stuff, it's like, meh. Pyromancy is different, by the way. Versus sorcery, pyromancy is completely fucking different. Pyromancy in this game, as long as you can buy the spell, you can be a pyromancer. So if you really want to, right now, you could be a pyromancer. You're just not wearing, normal armor or anything like that. He doesn't care.
Respond to
yeah, he knows it's you. Engie knows.
Probably because he watched me change into this stuff.
In all fairness, he was sitting right here.
I like the belt.
It's a nice belt.
It's stands out against everything just enough.
I think there is a way to get a non-fucked up version of this, by the way. But yeah, this is...
Like a laundered version of this?
What?
A washed version?
No, like a non-tattered version.
Okay, because it's dirty,
it's ripped up and terrible. Somebody died in this.
Yeah.
This is dead person clothing.
Oh, wrong.
Yeah, so maybe just go back to your stuff. And then if you want to put on the witch's hat right now, if you want to see what that looks like, you can. If you want to put on the witch's hat or Big Hat Logan's hat.
Oh, yeah.
Just to look at them. Because they're kind of cool.
Yeah, witches' hats are always kind of cool.
Yeah, Big Hat... I like Big Hat Logan's hat because it's like a witch's hat, but it's, like, Logan was like, nah, I'm just gonna go crazy with it. Like, you look like a table.
I do.
A lot of people in early Dark Souls PvP would wear that for the magic resistance that it has. And then they literally just wear that on top of some other big armor, and you'd never see what they look like at all. They just look like little dark mages running around. Okay. It was adorable. Maybe switch your ring, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have the right one on. You know what, I struggle to say I think we're done, but I can't think of anything that we have left to do that isn't just going through Izalith.
But we wanted to do Covenant stuff.
Yeah, we want to do Covenant stuff before we get there. So what we are going to have to do is grind out dragon scales before we do another session.
Oh, man. You're going to want to help me with that.
Yeah.
Because that's going to take a while.
I mean, outside of taking another shot at the Red Drake if he's there, you can go for trying that if you want.
I'm going to try it. Okay.
Walk from Firelink up to him without using the ladder, by the way. Like, take the long way around, because sometimes that'll do it. It takes a handful of triggers to bring him back, so it's a pain in the ass. I think literally the argument is that he just got bored and flew away, but then he comes back sometimes. Because, I swear to God, the first time I fought him, I did exactly what we just did. I ran past him, and then he just came back one day. And was like, hey, what's up? I'm back. And I was like, oh, hey. Because he just murdered me right then and there. And I was like, oh, alright. You've got a really strong pyromancy flame right now. Not that it matters with flash sweat.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know,
I'm not
hey, you've got a really cool pyromancy
fire at a dragon
flame.
and expect anything to happen.
No, I don't think it actually works very well.
Oh, off screen, when I was grinding, I asked you, since fire is so significant in so many ways, is ice also like that? And you were like, there is no ice.
We've
seen
crystal,
snow.
There's crystal and there's soul mass, which kind of looks like ice, but is like ethereal, and it's actually just solidified soul. But there's no ice.
So you want me to go around the long way?
Yeah, sit down at that bonfire just in case, but yeah, go around the long way. It's okay, there's something for you to do on the way there anyway.
Is there?
Yeah, just keep pushing forward. Keep on keeping on.
Okay.
None of these guys matter. None of them are strong enough.
Yeah.
It's the door on the
This
left.
way?
Yeah, that one. And then go up the stairs. Not those stairs, though. Yeah. No, not those.
No, okay.
Yeah.
The one I was going
Yeah,
for.
yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. They were in the same place, in the same direction.
Yeah. You can kill these guys because they're just annoying.
Yeah,
and
these
anybody
guys are all
following
annoying.
you is probably dead, so go for it.
Okay.
There should be a couple of guys with shields come down here. There's a guy at the top of this tower with a bow gun, by the way. He's just going to try and...
A bow gun?
He's got a...
Is it Monster Hunter? Because I wish it was.
It's a crossbow.
Up here?
Yeah. So that's the way that you should be going, but before you do, go back down the stairs. Take a left right here.
Oh, someone dropped a thing.
It's not going to be worth it.
It's not.
It's his underwear. Why do you want that?
No.
Down these stairs, there should be another Black Knight. I think this one also ruined you in the early game, and we just never came back to him. He's protecting an item. This is literally the first Black Knight in the game, by the way. He is the one that everybody fights first and dies to immediately, just about. And he's protecting the blue tier stone ring.
Should I go in and check that?
So you had the red one you found today, and the blue one is the rare gem called Tearstone. Has the uncanny ability to sense imminent death. So it's another Tearstone ring. This blue Tearstone from Katarina boosts the defense of its wearer when in danger.
Okay.
So one of them boosts attack and the other boosts defense.
Cool.
The red one's from Kareem, which is a very attack and like battle-oriented like country. And the blue one comes from Katarina, who are protectors. There's nothing here. Like, literally nothing at all. It's a drop to your death, and that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, the intent is that you will start backing up after you aggro the Black Knight and accidentally fall to your death.
Man.
Or, if you're smart and you figure out what this place looks like ahead of time, you can trick him into the hallway and kick him off the edge.
I guess.
But that's only if you're smart. That's not the way you want to go. You want to go upstairs. And then just keep going upstairs. Until you hit another doorway on your left. There we are. And then just run across, because there's two archers up above who are just going to be laying arrows down anyway. Oh wait, maybe they're not archers. Maybe they're crossbows, I guess.
Okay.
Weird.
Is that what you meant when you said bow gun?
Yeah. I said that. I corrected myself already.
Okay.
Jeez, Megan. But yeah, no, it's crossbows. And they do sound significantly different. You can usually pick them up.
Yeah, there's a mechanical sort of clicking.
So it's the other way. And then just run to the right-hand side. Like, run to the staircase. As you would if he was here. There he is. I told you he'd come back. He's a fucking jerk is what he is.
Well, good to see him back.
Yeah, so if you want to take another shot at him, you can.
Did he get everyone?
It's up to you. Yeah, he killed everyone.
Okay.
He kills everyone every time he
I can
does
still
that.
hear crossbows going
Yeah,
off.
it's somebody
he killed
else.
one last person.
Okay, maybe there's somebody you missed
Yeah.
then, I guess. Yeah, if you do that and then just stand up there, by the way, he'll come down eventually. Or you could do this, it's up to you.
Well, I don't like doing this, but I think it's the only way to do it properly without having to wait.
Okay. Yeah, he takes a lot of damage, by the way. He is a bit of a damage sponge. Because this guy is a big old dragon, and apparently that equates in Dark Souls to he needs to be able to basically not die. Ever. Like, his life needs to be eternal. And now he's got you in a pattern. So now you need to heal immediately.
Did he just kick an item into the air?
He kicked a dead body. Just like you can, he can also do that. Because he's also physically in the world, and his geometry can interact with, like, the ragdoll guys. And yes, it doesn't come straight out of his face like a cone. It comes out like a wall. It's really annoying, the firing. Mm-hmm. It's a hallway of fire.
Oh my god.
I really wish it was a cone. Honestly, because it would have made it a lot easier.
Yeah, like what? There was no point for me to stop and reflash sweater.
That's why I was like, just run through. Who the fuck gives a shit? Like,
I care about like actually.
Yeah, and I'm not saying don't fight him. I was just saying run through, because the fighting of him takes so much time, and it is such a pain in the butt, because he is. I'm not going to say he's a bad design for a boss, but he's not my favorite.
He's not balanced. Well, at least he's back.
He's balanced because you can kill him. It's not like he's impossible to kill.
He's unbalanced. His area of effect
he's
doesn't
got some
make
problems.
sense.
Yeah, his area of effect is the biggest problem with him, honestly.
Alright.
The moment the arrow goes, by the way, yeah, like that. Honestly, if you stand in front of his face, you can sometimes trick him into just keep on, like, shooting fire. Or if you switch from one side of the bridge to the other, sometimes he'll turn instead of, yeah.
I wasn't expecting
that.
Like,
you can trick him into not doing fire or doing fire at bad times and then getting in on him. Like, that is a thing. And you're close enough to the little ladder that you might be able to run towards the staircase from here.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah. If he lets you get up. Because he might not let you, honestly. He might be against that.
He seems against it.
He's usually pretty against it, yeah.
Yeah. Well.
It's okay, you got 3 sips in. It's okay, you got it off before you did it.
Okay.
He's such a jerk, right?
I was gonna run at him because I'm flash sweated, but maybe not.
Yeah. I can't remember, by the way, if this dragon is a boy or a girl. I don't think it really matters because it's a Drake. Like.
Yeah, also, did we ever establish if it matters if they're made out of rocks or whatever?
Not really. I guess not, because technically they should be without the ability to breed as well, but there are a lot of dragon descendants that kind of put that into a question of like whether or not that's true even. Honestly, there's enough descendants to make people wonder if, yeah, maybe they can actually breed. Because it seems like you have successive generations of dragon to think about and worry about and deal with. So it's like maybe there are just a ton of them for some strange reason. And they're just having eggs constantly.
Damn it.
Yeah, if you run down the center when he does that, the fire is hot enough that even with flash sweat it will kill you. He right down the center of the bridge has a death cone.
I'm gonna give it one more try, and if we don't get it, I'm just gonna...
Along the edges, it's not so bad. The closer to the center you get, the worse it is, I believe. I can't remember 100%, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is. And yeah, he's a pain in the ass, and I hate him. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. Anything more is
in general, the dragons have been, like, less bad for the most part. Oh, did that not trip him?
It should have. Did he fly away? Oh, no, there he is. So it just didn't trip him for no reason. He just decided not to do it that time, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and yes, the dragons up until this point have actually been fine. He's the first one that's really, really dumb and wrong. And he's extra dumb and extra wrong. You missed him because you only hit his quills. I know that sounds really weird, but it's like, yeah, he has a specific hitbox. And his body is not shaped the way you think it is. Those quills up at the top are not actually his hitbox. He's arched over that thing by a lot.
Okay.
Ah, fuck.
It might be fine.
I don't know. Probably not. The moment he starts getting this shit going, he's kind of like not okay. Hey, good. You got into a better place. He might move forward now in an attempt to hit you. Okay, good. He's at a point where apparently he doesn't want to fire.
Well, he just did.
Yeah, maybe just sit in here and wait for him to come to you then. Although he's always going to be able to hit you with that one, probably. Flash Sweat is done.
Yep, here I go.
Maybe heal also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
What? What was that?
I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was.
I was just trying to
That was
heal.
weird.
I just pressed the button
Okay.
for healing.
Okay. Maybe it thought you had something else equipped? I don't know. Oh, that's some good hits. You killed him. He's dead.
Fuck.
See, so he has, like, no fucking life.
That was enough
But
life.
his setup is so dumb, and I hate it. Because everything about him is awful. And notice he didn't even drop an item, by the way.
Yeah, that's
He doesn't give you an
annoying.
item, and it's 10,000 souls, and it's like Dunzo. And it's like, oh, thanks, because that's worth it. It's not worth it at all.
Well, I'm sweaty, and the dragon is dead, and that's
Just
it.
sit down at that bonfire inside the church.
Oh, why that one?
It's closer.
Only slightly.
Yeah, but it's close enough. You've earned it. This church, free access to this church always, forever, nonstop for the rest of the game is your reward for beating that Drake. It's really not worth it.
Oh, I keep trying to read the message, and it keeps trying to get me to not.
Don't worry about it. There you go. I did it. That's somebody who
We
beat the
did it
dragon.
too.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
final thoughts?
Check your dragon stone here, by the way.
No,
No.
that thing.
Yeah. Oh, use it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I don't know if that's actually going to work. Okay.
So if we leave
yeah,
now,
we'll just have our final thoughts here.
is this thing gonna stay here?
I think it'll stay here. Yeah, it'll just stay here.
Okay, even
Okay.
if not, like we can
Yeah,
just come back.
Yeah, it's fine. Anywho's, final thoughts?
If that dragon's pattern and hitbox were just slightly less unstoppable, it would have been a fun fight.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
if it was just not the entire damn bridge, or maybe he didn't do it in a succession that was immediate, that could have been cool. If there was a pattern that made sense, it would have been a neat fight, but it wasn't.
I agree.
Because this game's bad.
The dragon's the pain in the butt here.
Yeah, the other dragons, though, were usually the ones that aren't so bad. They have a pattern, and they usually have, like, gaps in their attacks.
I was trying to say it earlier on, but there used to be a bug that you could do where, you know that the tower that the Black Knight is sitting on up above here? If you stood up there, you used to be able to hit the dragon from there, and you could kill it from the tower without ever taking damage.
Oh.
They
long would
patched
that
that
take?
out. It lasted like a week.
Oh.
And then they completely patched that out 100%. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, I got nothing. We did, I feel like we accomplished a lot. It's side missions for the most part. When we come back, we are going to have to take on Lost Izalith. And Lost Izalith is going to be the second to last area in the game. After that, we've got a very, very short zone and a boss fight, and the game's done.
Cool. We'll finally be able to never play this again.
Well, we'll have to go
because I
through
hate it.
Lost Izalith first, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, we've got to do Hell and then the
I'm
end,
up
and that's
for,
it.
for witch lore, though, always.
Yeah, and that's where we're going. We're going to Hell, which is where the witches are.
That would be great.
I mean, technically, before we finish the game, we might do the DLC. I don't know. It's a whole new zone.
oh, okay.
So it's a whole separate thing.
Yeah, you haven't talked about that. I have no idea what to expect.
Personally, I've actually never beaten the DLC. I gave up. I don't like it. It's parts of it are okay, parts of it are good.
We have more gestures than what's up here, right?
Yeah, you have to hit switch. Why?
Okay.
But you got to get rid of a gesture to put one on there.
I feel like I don't need to point down.
Yeah, okay. It's like Pokemon. You can only have 4 moves, and they've got to be like eat, sleep, poop, and then you get a real attack.
That's such
if you
an
want.
original joke.
No, it's not. It's not at all. I hate it. I'm sorry.
Why
I'm
don't I
ashamed
have
of that.
Shrug on?
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we'll have to do Lost Izalith. We'll do the DLC after that, or at least we'll try and do the DLC. Like I said, that's not exactly my specialty, so
Yeah.
we'll see. And then we'll finish the game, and we're like right at the end of it. Honestly, this is pretty much it. So go ahead and wave, please. Well, what is it? Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Goodbye, everybody.
Have a good night.